of L1. So I just have to keep on incrementing the values of this. So L1 of I would be equal to L1 of I plus 100. And then again, I'd have to increment the value of I. So I equals I plus 1. And let's see what is the result over here. So I would actually have to print out the statements over here. So let me just put in L1 and let's see what do we get, right? So what is happening is initially the value of I is equal to 0. So I'm checking. So what is the length of this list? So this length of the list would be equal to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 0 less than 5, it is true. So L1 of 0 equals L1 of 0 plus 100. So to this element, I am adding 100. So 1 plus 100 becomes 101 and that is what we have. After that, we'll increment the value of I. Now we are checking if 1 is less than 5, which is again true. So L1 of 1 equals L1 of 1 plus 100. So 2 plus 100 becomes 102. Similarly, the nice value is incremented. It becomes 2 over here. So L1 of 2 equals L1 of 2 plus 100, which is basically 3 plus 100 and it becomes 103, right? So this goes on until I's value becomes 5. And when it is equal to 5, we will come out of this while loop. So we are done with while loop as well. Now it's time to work with the for loop. So for loop is used to iterate over a sequence. Now sequence is basically your data structures. So you got tuple, list, dictionary, string, and so on. So for loop, with help of for loop, you can iterate over a sequence. And this what you see is the syntax of a for loop. So you'll type for val in sequence. So for is your keyword and whatever value is there in the sequence. And until the sequence does not end, you will execute the body of this for loop. So let's go to Jupyter Notebook and work with some examples. So now we'll create a list and then we'll iterate the elements of the list to the for loop. So L1 equals, and let me just add in some fruits over here. So I've got apple, and then I've got a banana. After banana, I've got an orange. So I've got these three over here. Now with the help of the for loop, I want to iterate this list. So for, and then I'll have a variable over here. So for I in L1, I just want to print out the value of I. So this is what is happening. Now this for loop starts, and initially apple is stored in I, and I print it out. And then we'll update I. So I's value has banana now, we'll print it out. And finally, I will have orange stored in it, and again, I'm printing it out. So once the sequence ends, we will come out of this for loop. Now we'll work with nested for loop. So let's say I've got two lists over here. So I've got one list, which would comprise of, let's say, different colors. So I've got orange, then I've got blue, and then I've got green. So this is L1. Now after that, I've got L2. So I've got different objects. So let's say I've got a book over here, then I've got a chair, then I've got a phone. Now I want to iterate through the first list and then I want to iterate through the second list. So basically the idea is I want to print orange book, orange chair, orange phone, then blue book, blue chair, blue phone, then green book, green chair, green phone. So let's do this. So for this, I'll have to create a nested for loop. So I'll type in for I in L1. This is my outer for loop over here. I'll give in colon, and then I'll type out for J in L2. Again, I'll give in a colon over here, and I'd have to print out I, comma J, and let's see the result, right? And this is what we have. So for I in L1, so initially I's value is orange, then we'll enter the inner for loop, then we'll have J. So J's values will go from book, chair, and phone. So it'll be orange book, orange chair, and orange phone. Now, once the inner loop is also done, we'll go back to the outer loop and I becomes blue. So this time we'll have blue book, blue chair, and blue phone. Then after that, I's value is again incremented. It becomes green. So then we have green book, green chair, and green phone. So this is how we can work with the for loop.